What's up with it, man? Some more NBA news as the training day has kicked off. Right now, training camp from the in the NBA as Kyrie Irving was notably absent today from being present at open media day, and it's due to the NYC's boogeyman proof of V shot requirement. Okay. Um, what's interesting about this is that Kevin KD didn't even seem to be worried about about Kyrie's availability for the Nets home game. You know, uh, like I said, man, he wasn't present at the Barclays Center today, and he didn't want to, just like Devin D. Book, what I just reported just a few minutes ago. He declined to discuss his V shot status or his intentions in even dealing with the matter, which is his right. You know, we know that last year the NYC mayor Blasio, he had issued an executive order. And it included pro athletes and people that to practice or play indoors, and they got to show uh, proof of at least one V shot. You know, and it's interesting because when he was on a Zoom call, Irving has stated privacy when asking about the situation, and he had planned to release more information, at a later time. And it's interesting. This is what he said too. He said, "I know that I'll be there every day, no matter what, and just be present for my teammates as one of the leaders on the team, and be there for my growing tribe off the court." And he continued on. He said, "I know the focus has to be an all-time high. Has to be at an all-time high. No distraction. This is the last thing I wanted to create, with more distractions and more hoopla and more drama around this. I'm doing my best to maintain this with good intentions and a good heart." End quote. You know, um, and also an NBA spokesman had also said that the league didn't plan to comment on whether players have requested any exemption from the law. You know, uh, and I'm glad KD came to render aid. He said basically that it's Kyrie's personal decision and it's on Kyrie. What he does is not on us, and it's not for them to speculate on what may happen. They said they got trust in Kyrie, you know, and everybody knows. Even James Harden, he said that Kyrie is a huge part of what they're doing, and even the great Isaiah Thomas, as I talked to as I was talking to LA Live yesterday, and I talked to James and T Price. Shout out to them. What's up with it, Think Tank? I see you in the building. ATL, stand up, shout it. But listen, without Kyrie, they're not gonna win. That's the major concern. And see, to me, that's a selfish way of looking at things too. Oh, Kyrie, well, you're not gonna show up, then you're gonna lose. Nah, look, it's bigger than basketball. Okay, it's bigger than basketball. How you don't listen? Y'all don't go to Kyrie's doctor's appointments. You're not with him 24/7 in the training facility. You don't know what the what physicians have told him. So you have no right to sit up there and force a man to say, okay, yeah, you better take the shot just so that you can play. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, I'm gonna come with that fire every day. Think tank. You know how we do. How man, you know how we do out here in the South, man. We stay on the grind and hustle, and gonna come with more too. So hey, just keep on hitting the notifications. Make sure you get my notifications too, Think Tank, because I hadn't seen you in a minute, so that's what I'm thinking it is. Like my real like subscribers that held the LDBC down, I haven't been seeing them a lot. What's up with it, Luda Ryder? I see you in the building. I'll drop you a link real quick. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my boy Luda Ryder Sports. He talk about everything, versatile on his channel, football, basketball, but you know we also got to talk about your 49ers too. Okay, all right. So you do got the notification. Right. Right. No. I'm talking about him being present at the media day. We're not talking about Zoom, okay? We're not talking about Zoom. If
I
you're
got
trying to come
three.
in if you're trying to come in for a uh a debate, Derek Rose, today is not no it's not this isn't a debate type of thing or whatever. This ain't no go at you or any of that, man. I'm just telling you, I'm talking about he was not present. I already mentioned that. Go back to the earlier video and listen. You have to listen. Got to exercise those skills, man. I mentioned the Zoom. I said he was not present physically physically there at the Barclay Center, man. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
break.
Go ahead, Lou.
I'm just gonna break this down. I think the main reason why he's against taking it right now is because him and his baby mama originally just did have a baby, and he's worried about and didn't wasn't he out like one time before the health and safety protocol too. So plus he's seeing that people, even though you get the shot, people still getting it. People are still getting it.
Hmm.
So he don't know what's in that shot. He don't know if it's going to be working 100%. So he's doing his own research and everything else. Everybody's saying, LeBron, the whole Lakers team take it. LeBron took it. How come you ain't gonna do it? They trying to turn this around, make it seem like he's the bad guy. He don't care about winning championship. They trying to force the Brooklyn Nets hand in trading him. The media people, everybody else is probably working there trying to force him to get traded because right now they see the Brooklyn Nets as a threat to the Lakers, this Lakers team this upcoming season.
That's what you think it is, Lou?
Pablo, you know when the season starts, it's gonna
Mm.
be Lakers every single day. They're gonna be on the Lakers ass like it ain't nothing. You know that, Polo.
Yeah. I mean, they already talking about him a lot, and we hadn't even got the season started. You see how they've been dominating the headlines. Hey,
And
hey, Lou, whether it's with Westbrook wearing the skirt, whether it's with LeBron and AD, you know, and them switching to the four and switching to the five, whether it's you know they made this trade or whether it's Westbrook working on the jump shot, they even got the nerve to say, okay, well Ben Simmons is possibly coming to the Lakers. It's just been Lakers, 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 Lakers.
Now, look at me this on that whole Ben Simmons thing. He said he's not showing up for training camp, and he said he's not going to play for the team ever again. Meaning they can void that contract. Meaning he's free to sign anywhere. You feel what I'm saying, Polo?
Yeah.
Meaning that Rich Paul is probably telling Ben Simmons to do all this whole thing, making it seem like it's not your fault that the Philadelphia 76ers have not made to the NBA Finals or win a championship. It's their fault that they ain't helping you out. No, it's on you. If you and Philadelphia gave you a superstar type of deal, you supposed to live up to that money right now, and you never did. So basically, you want to leave Philadelphia, go to a championship contender, and probably win easy championship. Man, hell no for that, man. I can't believe he's about to do. They're about to void that contract. And he's probably about to go sign with the Lakers.
Well, now, well, I can't. We can't even say that it's going to be the Lakers, Lou. You know why? Because they got Reeves securing that 14th spot, man.
But now
they got they got Reeves securing that 14th spot. But man, listen, I doubt.
I think that now he can get free agent. Reeves, well, we gotta let you go because we got to get men. Some got to try to get him.
Say you broke up just a little bit, Lou. Say that again, brother.
This is what I'm saying, Polo.
Mm-hmm.
They got 14 guys on their roster right now.
Mm-hmm.
They can add a 15th guy.
Yeah, they can. But
they can also let go a couple of certain guys on that team to add him.
Yeah, man, but I don't know, man. I doubt that it'll take place, and if it does take place, man, like Big Who was just saying just now, that would really be a joke. You know, if they did some stuff like that, and then it would be even more of a joke because if they did do that, you know what, Lou, and they didn't win,
no,
everybody would really be coming down.
The NBA needs to investigate Rich Paul and LeBron James if that happens.
Shoot, they already are because of the Nerlens Noel situation. They've been on clutch sports. They've been on their helmet, Lou, because of that whole situation is suspect too.
Think about it. They're already trying to get Kyrie Maxey. They probably trying to do Kyrie Maxey sign with Club Sport too. Remember that, Polo?
Yeah, they're trying to get they're trying to do that and so that he can exercise him out of there too. So he could try to get Kyrie out of there. But see, this is another thing too. He didn't like Danny Green. It already came out with a report that Danny Green and a couple of other teammates had tried to come out to LA and try to talk to Ben Simmons. Well, guess who didn't like that? You already know some people didn't like that, and it didn't even have nothing to do with the team. Danny Green said he said it was personal just to see if they were still cool or not. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about that, but
yeah, Danny Green and a couple of other players were trying to reach out to him.
Right now, it's just a cutthroat league right now.
Say that again, Lou.
Right now, this is a cutthroat league.
Oh yeah, it's been that way.
It's like right now you got these players, these managers, these people will do anything for a championship so they can make more money, build up their brand more.
Man, I put you. Hey, let me ask you this then, because I yesterday I was talking to L.A. You know, I was talking to L.A. I was talking to James, talking to T. Price, and let me ask you this: would you want a player of Ben Simmons' caliber in Chicago?
Hell no. Like I can't put like why would I want a player on my team that don't go and work ain't gonna work hard? Then if things ain't going right, he gonna blame everybody up but himself.
Thank you, Lou. And see, I asked you. Listen, I asked you that because I know in the back of your head, you like, man, why would Polo ask me? He know my answer. But the reason why I asked you that is because everybody's answer when I say, okay, would you want Ben Simmons out there at yada yada team? The first thing that they say, Lou, is exactly what you said is no. And I'll be like, why? Because he don't want to work hard. It has nothing to do with okay, we know that you athletic. We know that you can run and jump and do all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, you're not gonna you're not gonna you're not gonna put the work in. You're not gonna put the work in to get better. Nah,
I
and
put
and
it's
and,
like
and
it's like
James,
this.
hold on, Lou. Theo B, James Harden, he listen, he ain't got no right to be unhappy with Kyrie. It's his decision. KD is in support of him. So who you think is better, KD or James Harden? I'll leave you at that. Who's the one with the rings, KD or James Harden? Go ahead, Lou.
I put it to this way, Polo. Alonzo Ball right now is on my Bulls. You know how I feel about Alonzo Ball because
Hmm.
I've seen in the past he don't want to work hard, but he does try to do the best he can. So I'm going to like he's on my Bulls. I'm going to deal with it. I ain't going to complain about it, but I'm going. to That's how I'm just going to deal with it. I'm just going to watch him play, see what he does.
Man, look, he listen. He Ben Simmons is stuck in his ways. Okay, he's stuck in his ways, and I know some people they get sensitive when I say stuff like that, but he's stuck in his ways. You have not shown it. I would have more respect for Ben Simmons if if you was at least trying. If you went out there and you bricked a whole bunch of jumpers or something like that, Lou, I'd be like, well, damn. If he was playing for Chicago, you'd be like, damn, man, why ain't you making the shot? But you won't be that infuriated with him because you'll be like, well, at least the motherfucker trying because you'll see him in the practice facility trying, and then the next day he'll hit like three jumpers, and then he'll be like, well, he getting a little better, but he hasn't shown any of that. He ain't even trying, and people think I'm judging him based on his talent and his God given ability. Hey Lou, you can have God given ability all day. But if you're not a workhorse and you're not trying to work hard, man, there's somebody else that's gonna outgrind and out hustle you all day. And I don't think he understands that. He wants the lifestyle. He love the lifestyle of the NBA. He don't love the grit and the grind. But I mean, so okay, where do you think that this leaves Brooklyn? What do you think that what do you think that is gonna happen with Brooklyn? Do you think that he ultimately is just gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna
I
go
would
ahead
not be
and
surprised if I would not be surprised if he end up taking the shot and he's there for game one to be playing because nobody really goes to training camp. So
Yeah.
Like they gonna probably, I wouldn't be surprised if KD, Kyrie, James Harden, and the guys have like a team meeting
Mm-hmm.
to try to convince him to take the shot. Look, this is a big year. We got it's the chance you have a second championship ring. We got pride to prove we're the better team this year. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I know you don't want to do it because you worry about your son and your wife to be. This 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 just need you this year, man. Because I can't do it all by myself. Once again,
Yeah, but see, Lou, I think like I I just like some people. That's what I was just saying just a few minutes ago. See, to me, man, this is bigger than a world championship a or basketball, man. This is we talking about society. We talking about what could potentially take place 10 to 15 years down the line for some people. And what I did say, Lou, is I said, okay, hey Lou, I don't go to see your physician with you. We don't go to Kyrie's physician with him on his doctor's appointments or anything like that. So we don't know what's going on or what his doctor is telling him, what what health conditions that he might have, what underlying physical conditions that he might not disclose to the public. You ever look at it like that? You know, I mean,
but you already know they are going to blow this up into a whole thing,
yeah,
and they gonna say if you don't like basketball, then retire. Then the Brooklyn Nets need to trade him because they've been saying it for the last 2 days.
right, yeah,
Hating ass
yeah,
Stephen A. Smith.
yeah. He pouring more fuel to the fire. That's why I don't even pay attention to what he be saying sometimes. I mean, he's a man. He's a fucking class act, bro. Real talk, man. And he definitely can't be trusted, man. We already know, man. He's had it out for Kyrie. At first, Lou, his his tone about Kyrie was totally different. You remember that, like several years ago, he was like, "Oh, Kyrie's a bad boy. He's a bad boy." Then all of a sudden, his tone started to change once Kyrie started to kind of think, express his thoughts and his feelings about, the earth and all this other stuff, or how he was feeling and stuff like that. Just a totally different energy in comparison to a couple years ago. And he does that to everybody. He'll say,
If
"Well,
he,
I
if he ain't
never
talk,
did."
if he ain't talk, if he ain't talking bad about Kyrie, talking bad about Lamar Jackson. For some reason he got out for Lamar Jackson, even though he won the MVP, even though he keep winning, he still got out for him.
Hmm. I, I think the whole entire media got something against Lamar Jackson. But listen, we can sit up here. Hey, they don't say all that stuff against Pat Mahomes, but guess what? Pat Mahomes struggled yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if even though they barely, they got the touchdown or whatever, that one touchdown stuff, but that was where is Patrick Mahomes struggling at? You noticed this season, he's struggling in the last 2 minutes, man. In the last 2 minutes of the game, that's where he's struggling at, and teams
You
are
know,
starting to really
you
focus
know,
on
some
that.
Polo. I think all that Pat Mahomes hype is got to his head because he's starting to
Hmm.
do all things like no little passes, sidearm, and all that. I
I,
understand you do that, bro, but now you just gotta play like a normal quarterback. You can't keep on doing this all the sideshow Bob type of shit.
Hey, Lou. I told people, and I told you this too. I told you this. He should not have said, "Oh yeah, I'm finna go 20-0 this season," because now everybody got a target. Everybody has made you a target this year. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, Baker Mayfield is, yeah, Josh, what's his name is, and uh, Lamar Jackson is, but you, Josh Allen, you are really a target. And you said you already were gonna go 20-0. Now guess what? Not only have you made yourself look bad, you've made your other teammates look bad too as well. Because did you see the look on Travis Kelsey's face yesterday after that interception?
No team should be coming out saying they want to go 20-0. Because look at that game yesterday between the Buccaneers and Rams.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we got whew, and I'm gonna
And I
talk about
told
that.
you, Polo, I told you a couple weeks ago, I should be
Mm,
worried. You should be worried about those corners.
yeah, I know, David the third. But see, that's what we were trying to do. Hey, they asked me, do I think Richard Sherman would be a good fit for us? I said yes.
I
Not
don't.
for his, not for his, not for the physical though, Lou. But I'm talking about for the mental. Because if Richard Sherman's there, yeah, 33, okay, yeah, that's old as hell for safety DB or cornerback or whatever. But I'm gonna be
No,
picking
if
that
he's
motherfucker
33,
Richard.
if he's 34 years old, he need to be playing safety. He can't play corner no more.
Right.
Cause he,
So,
cause he probably played corner against Kyrie Hill, and he got burnt. And that's the reason why they lost.
yeah. Well, see, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be picking that motherfucker's brain. And I shit, hell yeah, I'm gonna take a Hall of Fame. I'm gonna take Richard Sherman, a future fucking Hall of Famer. Hell yeah, add him to the roster. But yeah, we got that concern, and plus we don't have good outside. We're okay, but our outside contain could be better. Now hey, I'm not making no excuses. We didn't have Pierre Paul, and we didn't have AB, but that still ain't no damn excuse. You know what I'm saying? So and Gronk, man, I got to pay attention to how Gronk gonna be looking these next couple ways. He came back
The
into the
way, the
game.
way I see it, the way I see it, Polo, teams have to win games by offensive numbers this year. Because every defense in the league ain't playing that great right now.
I I don't know. Well, I know the Rams. They got a hell of a defense. That's a hey. Am I
But
lying,
they
Lou?
but they still
That's
let Tom Brady throw for like 435 yards.
and last year, yeah. Hey, y'all played good last night up until Aaron Rodgers.
No, you know what, Polo? You know what, Polo? The referees last night to me was bad. Some of those pass no damn sense. They
Garoppolo.
Green Bay kept doing this every single time. They would line up the shotgun on third and long, throw the ball over somebody's head. We get a pass interference call. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Every
I know,
single time.
man.
Like, come on, bro.
But that was
Is it
obvious.
like if it wasn't like? Let me ask you something, Polo. If that wasn't
Uh-huh.
Aaron Rodgers, you think they ain't the 49ers not getting no pass interference call every single time?
No. No.
Like I
I,
understand but
I think you in a I think you in a bad area. I caught some of what you said, but I'm gonna tell you this though, Lou. That what's it called? What's his name was on Garoppolo's head the whole night. Number 52. What's his name for Green Bay? I forget his name.
That what happened when you don't got no veteran running back there blocking. You get these rookies and guys off the streets, and you can't win the game like that because when you got all these running backs hurt, that's going to happen.
Yeah. Hey, Big Who was saying, because you a Niners fan too, Lou. He said, they need to hit up, they need to number 25, uh, hit up number 25 real quick. The CBs ain't it. Talking about your corners. What you think about that, man?
I don't. I would take Richard Sherman back, but I don't know.
Hey, come on, Lou. But they reached out to him. From what I hear, they reached out to him again. They not the only team. Tampa's not the only team that's reaching out for Richard Sherman. You know that, right? There's several other teams trying to go after Richard Sherman.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up being signed in the next 48 hours.
You said Kyrie acting a fool. I love. How's he acting a fool, Chima? He not acting a fool. So Devin Booker's acting a fool. Andrew Wiggins acting a fool. Cam Newton acting a fool. He's not the only one that feels this way. And plus, a lot of other players, they're not going to tell you this. They're not going to come out and say this. But hey, Lou, I just reported it, and you heard it. What I said. I said that they're having a challenge getting all these players to take the V shot. It's been a big challenge. This ain't no man. This ain't easy. Y'all act like, oh yeah, just go ahead and stick that into your body, man. Are you serious? Some of these players are playing with overgrown hearts. You know what I'm saying? Which is very common in basketball, especially a sport like basketball and soccer. Heart murmurs. You got to understand. You got to take that into consideration, man. So he's not acting a fool. I don't know. I don't know. Do you agree with me, Lou? Maybe I'm tripping, but I don't feel like Kyrie's acting a fool.
Hey, Pablo, man,
Yeah,
I gotta get this work done, man. I hit you back later.
no doubt, man. I got you. Y'all go subscribe to my boy Luda Rider Sports. Definitely an LDBC brother. I thank you for pulling up. I mean, uh, um, Bonnie, I wouldn't see it as a theory. I wouldn't even see it as no theory. It's just, you know what I'm saying, Chima. I just feel like this. Okay, don't try to single out somebody and make them the bad person or whatever when there's other people in the league that feel the same way that he does too. There's other people in various different leagues that feel the same way too. Right, exactly. You know, listen, if you go do your research, man, I'm telling you, and listen, I'm not sitting up in here holding a sign saying anti this and anti that. That's not what I'm doing here. But what I'm telling you and what I'm telling everybody else is that everybody, it's common sense. Everybody's body don't function the same. Certain people have certain conditions. You know what I'm saying? It's not rocket science, man. Everybody knows that. And then, okay, that guy ends up doing it. As I've said before, that guy ends up doing it. That woman ends up taking it. They had a health condition or something like that. Well, guess what? Something end up taking place, not to put the energy out there. Then what we gonna do? Oh well, he shouldn't have. Then you're gonna be a hypocrite and be like, oh well, he shouldn't have did it. He shouldn't have did it. Nah, motherfucker. That's not the way it works. But look, man, I thank y'all for pulling up. Your boy got to roll out, man. Think Tank, ATL in the building. I appreciate you showing up. Luda Ryder, definitely go sub to his channel. D Rose and Theo B and Benit Chima. I appreciate y'all for showing up. Like this video, share it, subscribe. Till then, man, it's Polo Sports Talking ENT. I'm going to get at y'all later.